When I recently consider Emmanuel Macron's comments on Africa, they reveal his diplomatic intentions. Well, every conscious African individual should therefore understand these matters very quickly. Everything he was able to tell us and what it means. General Chani said not long ago about a change in tactics or the strategies of French forces in Africa. I think he came to confirm it. It is about dissolving and maintaining a Socleur device. Emmanuel Macron conveyed his message so clearly that our only appropriate response is to thank him. Due to their genuine sincerity, even if some individuals attempt to deceive their entire population, the inescapable reality ultimately catches up with them. They will not leave certain countries. They have just dissolved the presence. You will no longer see them in bases, but in embassies, they will be there. They are going to establish security companies to secure their society that exists in those countries. The soldiers will be there, but you will no longer see them in uniform or gathered in bases. That's all it means. They are going to reorganize, but they will be there. As a courtesy towards certain heads of state, priority is being given to them to announce the rupture or the departure of French military forces from their respective territories. It matters little to us, one could say. But all we know is that if you want a break with these imperialist forces, it's simple, denounce the agreements. It all starts there. I think the example of Chad, in any case, they started by denouncing the agreements. Otherwise, if you do not denounce the agreements, just saying that the bases are leaving, we have done nothing. Because the problem lies in the colonial defense agreements that have been signed since independence. The most dangerous thing is not what you see in the bases. The most dangerous are the military advisors. The military council currently exists within all of these countries. They existed in Burkina as well until the end of 2022, until we took our responsibilities. And who are these military advisors? They are the ones who are supposed to put into practice France's policy here. They must work to make our armies very weak so that France can always have the argument to exist here. Compared below, they had succeeded. Our sentinels were therefore on guard with sticks. That's what France wants from our armies. When we reach this stage, we have no choice but to want them to come and settle. But the Burkinabe army also seems at some point to get rid of the military advisors. Unfortunately, I think that in 2019, after Operation Otapon, circumstances worsened significantly, where these French saw that the army in Burkina Faso still had the capacity to react to terrorism. They called the chiefs of staff in France.
And I'm surprised and I'm shocked because so Africa is good that way. So Africa is wonderful. You guys want to be in Africa and stay in Africa through all means. You cannot leave Africa because Africa is wonderful, Abi. You now want to be in Africa and stay in Africa because Africa is good, Abi. Like you cannot leave Africa. You're telling us you must be there. I must be there through all means possible. I cannot leave Africa. And if it's to leave, I'm gonna leave physically. But I will still be there because there are some countries in Africa I cannot leave. Why are you saying that? You're saying that because you definitely understand and you know there is something you're getting from Africa. And if you happen to leave this place, definitely you're going to lose the things you've been getting and gaining from Africa. Welcome back again. It's another day, another hour, another minute, another moment that we need to be grateful for being alive because we are breathing. You know, breathing is not easy. Some people are waking up, they're not breathing. So we need to be grateful and thank God because He has given us life one more time. And we are asking for this life and this breath every time because we want to keep on doing what you're doing because aluta continua. The struggle continues every day, every time. There is no sitting down, there is no breaking up. We are going to do this time and again until we get where we want to get. You know, I am happy today because I just realized that these people are always, they've always been hiding their truth. Like, okay, they've always been hiding their nature. Because you see, sometimes when we walk around and when we do things many at a times, we've been hearing a lot of things from the West, calling us uncivilized, calling us poor, and many other names. people who are illiterate, we've not gone to school, we don't have the knowledge, uh, people who we don't have understanding, and all those kind of things. But today I've got another revelation, another different revelation, because as I told you earlier, I love listening to Ibrahim Traore every day and every time. So even the speeches that I've listened to them, maybe some time back, I keep on repeating them because I feel joy in my heart anytime I listen to Ibrahim Traore. And as I was going to this speech that Ibrahim Traore answered Emmanuel Macron on saying that he will not leave Africa, and they will leave, they will not be here physically, but they will be in Africa, whether we like it or not. They will still be here. There are some countries in Africa they will not leave. They will continue being here until the end. They will just live pretending they have lived because they will not be here physically, but their people will be here and we may not be able to realize. And this speech, I found it so interesting to some point. I don't know why, but it has really proved something to me, because I thought initially I thought what these people were saying about Africa, they were taking it from the heart, like they meant it, they mean it when they were saying that Africa is poor, Africans are uncivilized, Africa is a country where people are confused, they don't know what they are doing, and if it is not by them, we would not be who we are today. We are very poor, and we are uncivilized, and we are illiterate, and all those kind of things. And so again, my question is, if indeed someone is poor, and someone is illiterate, and someone is maybe uncivilized, as you say, I don't think you need to be struggling and forcing to be in Africa and to stay amongst those people who are poor, because birds of the same feathers flock together. So if you're forcing to stay in Africa with Africans who are poor, it means you are also poor. And if you're forcing to stay in Africa with Africans who are uncivilized, you are also uncivilized. If you're forcing to stay in Africa in the midst of Africans who are uncivilized, who are illiterate, it means you are also illiterate. And to some point, you also don't have some kind of a knowledge. Because if someone is illiterate, if someone is a thief, and you're calling this person a thief everywhere you go, but again, you're forcing to stay in the house of this the same person you are calling a thief, between you and that thief who is out of his mind. If someone is a fool, you call him a fool everywhere you go. You call them fools, 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 fools. Every time we wake up, you want to tell people about the foolishness of this kind of people. But the same people are the people you want to stay and live in their home and in their house. Between them and you, who is a fool? That's the question I'm asking you, and that's the question they need to be answering themselves. They need to answer those questions. Because if indeed Africans are fools, and Africans are poor, Africans are illiterate, why are you forcing to stay in Africa? And I came to realize these people, they're just trying to show out that okay, these people are like arrogant kind of people. They're trying to show out how they don't need Africa, how Africans are people you don't want to, you don't need to be with them, or rather to associate with them. Because I heard a white man someday saying that he cannot associate with a black man, because black mans, they look like, I don't know what kind of a language did she used. Did he used, actually, he was a man. And right now I'm wondering, and I'm surprised, and I'm shocked, because so Africa is good that way. So Africa is wonderful. You guys want to be in Africa and stay in Africa through all means. You cannot leave Africa because Africa is wonderful, Abi. You now want to be in Africa and stay in Africa because Africa is good, Abi. Like, you cannot leave Africa. You're telling us you must be there. I must be there through all means possible. I cannot leave Africa. And if it's to leave, I'm gonna leave physically. But I will still be there because there are some countries in Africa I cannot leave. Why are you saying that? You're saying that because you definitely understand, and you know there is something you're getting from Africa. And if you happen to leave this place, definitely you're gonna lose the things you've been getting and gaining from Africa. That's why you cannot leave. It's not but because you want to, because the stories that these people came with before, they were stories of, we are in Africa because we're helping Africans fight terrorists. We're helping Africans out of the problems that they're in right now. And we say, okay, you're here because you're helping us fight terrorists. It's okay. But now, where we have gotten right now, we think we don't want you to help us fight these terrorists. Let them be. Even these terrorists now, we want to have them around. Okay? We have decided we don't want help. We want to stay with these terrorists and make them our friends. We don't want you to help us fight them anymore. You have helped us enough, and where your help has reached, now it is enough. We don't need that help again. Okay? Then that is when we realized, so these people, they were not after helping us fight terrorists. Because if you were offering us a certain kind of a help, and then abruptly, or rather right now I don't need that help you are giving me. I'm trying to drop the help. I'm asking you not to help me. So why are you forcing to help me when finally I've said I don't want you to help me? Because you don't need to be forcing a help to someone who needs help. If you are a Samaritan, you've happened to meet someone who needs your help, and then this person tells you, no, I don't need your help. Do you force to help? Is that a help? Is help forced? You're definitely showing us you guys are not in Africa because you wanted to help Africans. Come on, just go straight to the point. You people were not in Africa because you wanted to help Africans. You guys were in Africa because there is something you're getting from Africa. We know you. I found that speech so interesting. And Ibrahim Traore is telling us everything. Like, he is disclosing everything. That one has just been disclosed. You guys were not in Africa because you wanted to help Africans. You guys were in Africa because there is something you are getting from Africa. There is something they are getting from Africa, my black people. These guys, there is something they're getting from Africa. And that is why they cannot leave Africa. You cannot leave a pot of honey, man. You cannot leave a pot of honey. This is a pot of honey. Africa is a pot of honey to the Westerners. Africa is a pot of honey to the imperialists. Africa is a pot of honey to the oppressors. Yeah? They know there is something they're getting from this place. So they can't leave this place, because if they happen to leave this place, they're definitely going to lose a lot of things. Yeah? They're definitely not going to suck this honey they've been sucking. They're definitely going to lose a lot of things. So that's why they don't want to leave Africa. You're not forcing to be in Africa. Because if your initial intention was to help Africans fight terrorists and all those things that you are saying, because there is nothing else we need from you, like, which kind of a help are you giving us? Because Africa is not growing, Africa is not developing, Africa is not doing well in terms of development and infrastructure. Africa is not doing well in terms of education system and all those things. Okay, Africa is not doing well in terms of economy and all those things. Your economy is much higher than the economy of Africa. Your development and infrastructure is much higher than the development and infrastructure of Africa. But you're in Africa all other time claiming you're helping Africans. Which kind of help are you giving us? Terrorists that you've been fighting for all the years, you have not been able. Okay, so even you guys cannot deliver or cannot complete a simple assignment, because fighting terrorists was a simple assignment you guys needed to have. Because I heard Emmanuel Macron was saying they've been to Burkina Faso since 2013. So you've been fighting terrorists for the last 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years. Still fighting terrorists for the last 12 years? You're not done fighting terrorists? Which kind of terrorists are you fighting? Are you sure you're fighting terrorists, or something you're getting from Africa? Or there's something you just want to get from Africa? And we know you. We know your tricks, man. We know your tricks. You're coming to Africa, and then there are these things I've heard Ibrahim Traore saying, that military advisors. So you guys have a plan of, you're coming to Africa, you weaken our militaries. You're making them weak, so that you find a reason to keep on staying in Africa. Okay? You're making them weak. You have the potential and the capabilities of fighting these terrorists within 2 to 3 days, and all of them will be over. But You cannot do that because you know, okay, you want a work that can take 1 month, you want to prolong it to 20 years so that you find a reason for you to continue staying in Africa because you know there is something you're getting from Africa. And then your military advisors, people, the matters of military advisors that is coming from you guys are weakening our militaries. And then after weakening our militaries, we get no power to fight terrorists. So that you find a reason to stay in Africa because you're helping us fight terrorists. Mind game. And we have realized no more. Those are mind games. We have realized those mind games, and you know what? The generation that is existing right now is a generation that is not going to allow something like that. So you do whatever you want to do and struggle as much as you can struggle. Do all the things possible, but at the end of the day, you have to leave Africa for Africans because we cannot continue like that. We're not going to live that way. We're not going to allow you to continue doing the things you've been doing. Okay, we said all the agreements we had with you, the agreements you made out of in our absentia, you know, those agreements, we were not present when you're making those agreements. The people you made agreements with, they died a long time ago. Nobody, not even a single one of them is existing today. All of them died a long time ago. And you know, we cannot adhere to things we didn't accept, we did not accept onto it. Your terms and conditions with the dead people, the ancestors, we don't know what were the terms and conditions, and now we are denouncing those agreements because we want to have a free land. We want to live at a land where everybody is equal. We don't want to live as slaves in our own countries, man. Why do you want to make us live as slaves in our own countries? Eh? Even you know what you're doing is not good. Making us live like slaves in our own countries. How do you feel when we are living like slaves in our own countries? Eh? You guys, we don't owe you anything, man. Africans don't owe you anything. We have nothing that belongs to you. Why do you force to stay in Africa? You have your countries. Go to your country. Let everybody undertake his own business. Mind your business. Let me mind my business. Let us live in peace and harmony. Because I don't hate you. You shouldn't hate me because of I'm fighting for what belongs to me, man. Why do you have to be mad at me or upset at me or rather see me as a bad person when I'm fighting for what belongs to me? Listen, we have to come to an agreement, and this is what the agreement should be. Whatever belongs to you, I'm not gonna touch it, and whatever belongs to me, you shouldn't try to touch it. Or rather, if you wanna touch it under like my acceptance. I give you a go ahead, under my condition, under my rules and regulations. I need to tell you now, before you touch whatever belongs to me, you need to do 1, 2, 3 things. Are you able to adhere with those rules? No, I'm not. Then go away. If you are you able to adhere with those rules? Yes, I'm able. Then go ahead. Okay? But the issue of you being there, you're telling us what to do, like you're instructing us. You're instructing us like kids. When you tell us today we are going to the west, I follow you to the west. Today we are going right, I'm following you right. Today it's left, left. Today we are like, am I an animal or a human being like you? You guys leave us. We don't owe you anything. Just go and let us have peace because you're forcing us to fight, and we don't want to fight. You're forcing us to misbehave, and we don't want to misbehave. We want to live in peace because we are going to fight, and then a lot of people are going to die, and it's not good. It's not good. We need to really settle this matter in a good way, in a better way, where everybody will feel satisfied. You need to feel satisfied. I also need to feel satisfied. So this matter should be settled in a diplomatic way. We have diplomatic ways of solving issues like these ones. We don't have to enter or remember to hold arguments here and there because of things that we can settle. Okay? Because you have, like, Africa is feeding you. Africa is developing you. You have companies like, for example, France. They have a lot of companies in Africa. The Total Energies companies, they are companies, France. They are France companies here in Africa. So you want to misbehave around, and then I misbehave around. Who is going to lose? Because your properties are in my land. It is because of me. That is where you're getting the things you're getting. You're using me to prosper. So you want to start misbehaving here. I'm asking you in good faith, come on, leave Africa, because I want to start doing my issues. I want to settle my matters. I want to arrange my plans and do my own things at my home with my children's and my brothers and my sisters and my family, as a family. Okay? You go to your place, go settle your matter as a family at your home. You don't come in my home and you want to start making rules for me and start doing whatever you want to do. And when I'm asking you to leave my home, you want to keep on staying there. I will sue you. And it's not about suing. It's about making you run away. Because I can make you run away. The problem is that Africans have been limited. They've been seen as people who are like people who are disabled. They cannot do anything. We shall go there. You see there how that man is speaking. He's talking with the arrogance and the pride. I'll be there, and I'm not going to come out of that place. You're telling me I should thank you. Are you insane? Should I be thanking you, or you should be thanking me? Like, let's be realistic. Should I be the person thanking you, or you should be the person thanking me? Because your companies are in Africa. Africa is my home. The resources you've been getting resources from Burkina Faso, the gold and all those things, they belong to Africa and Africans. You are neither an African, you're not from Africa, you are not born in Africa. So everything that is coming from Africa, it's for Africa and Africans. But you are getting them, and after getting them, you're not paying anything, are you? No, you're not. Ha. So all this time you have existed, you have been how you are. All this time you've been raising your economy and you've been developing your countries, raising the level of infrastructure in your countries, living a modern life, a good, a better life, a comfort life, because Africa has made you live that kind of a life. And then, instead of you thanking Africa, this is a point. Even when I chase you or I ask you to leave Africa, you need to be going saying, thank you, Africa. Thank you, Africa. Thank you, Africa. As you are going. I'm asking you to leave, but you should be going saying, thank you, Africa. Thank you, Africa. You know why? Because I've made you who you are, man. I've given you a name. Okay? You understand me? I've given you a name. So Africa should not be. Africa is the mother of the world. Okay? Africa is the mother of the world. Africa has built the world. Africa has built the world. The pillars of the world is Africa, man. Africa is the pillars of the world. The world is standing because of Africa. And that is why every other people, they want to come to Africa. Well, they can take their portion and go. Take their portion and go. And you're not grateful. At the end of the day, you end up now to start again abusing Africans, calling them uncivilized. You're not grateful. You guys should be grateful. We're not supposed to be the people being grateful at you people. You should be the people being grateful to us. Yeah. So, Africa for Africans. Africa ni home kwetu, man. It's our home. Ni nyumbani kwetu. Afrika ni nyumbani kwetu. Africa is our home. Africa ni ya wa Africa. Africa belongs to Africans. Yeah? Madini ya Afrika kwa Africa. African minerals to Africans, man. So you guys want to force staying in Africa. Why do you want to force staying in Africa? And I've just realized you people love Africa. You don't hate Africa. You love Africa, but because of the pride and arrogance you have, you don't want to show that you love Africans. So you end up abusing Africans and saying, we have been helping you. We have been doing what? You guys, you have been... No. That's not how we are supposed to. You're supposed to say thank you, so that we can even feel like we can call you again to Africa to come and visit Africa. You guys need to change. That's a bad character. That's a bad habit. It's really bad. We are not supposed to be living that way. You should do better. You guys need to do better. Better than that. And right now, we have asked you out, and that is our stand. No more turning back. Forward, ever. Backward, never. Africa has waken up, man. Young men have waken up. The youths have waken up. I saw something. I'll show you. You guys need to show to see. You know, Ibrahim Traore is trending in the whole of Africa. In the whole of Africa. Eh? In the whole of Africa, man. Ibrahim Traore is trending in the whole of Africa. Here in Kenya, there is someone uh, who is there's a company. Is it a company? Let me just call it a company, but it's a shop of a young man, an activist, a youth who is printing Ibrahim Traore t-shirts in Africa, in Kenya. Eh? President William Ruto has never even, he's not, even if you find him in anybody's shirt, that person can even be beaten up very thoroughly, like very bad. But Ibrahim Traore, that guy, that young, I really found that young man very interesting. I've been talking to that young man. He is almost at my age. We've been talking and I found it so very interesting. And you know, that's what we are going to do. We are going to spread Ibrahim Traore all over Africa, everywhere. We will spread Ibrahim Traore everywhere in Africa. That guy is printing Ibrahim Traore's t-shirts. You see these ones? Look at these t-shirts. Look at how they are looking like. They are nice, right? Look at them. These ones are good. They look very good. Very good. And I said, I'm going to purchase some of them and I'll be wearing them because anytime I see Ibrahim, even me, in fact, me, even if I want to go somewhere and then Ibrahim Traore starts speaking, I may cancel that journey. I may cancel it because this is a guy I'm looking forward to. He's a guy who is holding the destiny of Africa right now. Look at these t-shirts. They are very good looking. They look very good. They look very good. And I'm going to tell him to keep on printing more and put more of his pictures, different pictures on different t-shirts. We want to wear them. We want to spread Ibrahim Traore all over Africa. That's Pan-Africanism now, because anybody who is fighting for Africa, we need to show out that we love him, and we must show out that we love him. Eh? So Africa, Ibrahim Traore is showing us that Africa belongs to us, and actually we can stand without you people. We can exist, we can develop without you. In fact, you people are pulling us back so much. You people are pulling us back so much. So we don't want that to happen. We have said no to it. And you guys, you say whatever you want. You're saying we need to be grateful and thankful, but I'm telling you, you are the people who needs to be grateful and thankful, not us. You are the people who should be grateful and thankful because we have made you who you are. We have made you. It is like your mother is taking you to school. Your mother is paying school fees for you. Your mother took care of you when you were still young. Your mother breastfed you. Your mother placed clothes on you. He washed you. Okay, your mother cleaned you when you were dirty, and then you have grown up, you've got a good job that is paying you well, and then you begin saying my mother should thank me because I'm buying her sugar, my mother should thank me because I'm buying her bread. You're not you should be ashamed of yourself. Between you and your mother, who is supposed to be thanking the other one? So we are the motherland, we are the mother of the world. We have made the world what it is today. Africa has made the world what it is today. Are you getting me? We have made the world what the world is today. Every country here in the world, they have something they have gotten from Africa in one way or the other. And it has made them who they are today. Okay? So between we and you are supposed to be the one thanking us because you are the kids. You grew up, you are able to be the people you are because you are able to come to Africa, because Africa took care of you. Africa gave birth to you. Africa took care of you. Africa washed you when you were dirty. Okay, Africa breastfed you by its minerals and its resources. Okay, Africa welcomed you to Africa took you to school by welcoming you to its land to come and do whatever you want to do in its land. Now you've been there for a very long time, eating and doing everything. Okay, and now that you have gone to your home, now you're beginning earning very good. Now you see Africa as uncivilized and illiterate and poor. You're funny. Africa is for Africans. Thank you so much, African Streamline family, wherever you are, from diaspora, from Caribbean, from Africa in particular. I love you guys. Big shout out to all of you. Big shout out to people in diaspora. Big shout out to, wait, these people from diaspora, they're very good. These people are supporting Africa. It is like they have to die supporting Africa. You guys are so good. They're supporting Africa. It's like they will die by supporting Africa. Like they must support Africa through all means. You're very wonderful people. Big shout out to you. Big shout out from people from Caribbean at large, all of Caribbean countries, Grenada, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, all those countries. You guys are good people. We love you so much. African people who are in Africa today, from all the countries, from all the 54 countries of Africa, I know you are one people. It is African leaders who are dividing us and making us poor, and we are going to get rid of them very soon. We have hope that Africa is going to change and become something very wonderful, a very good land, a very good and a wonderful land. That is where we want to be, live peacefully and live in harmony. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. For the returning subscribers, I salute you. And if in case you've been it's your first time to be in this channel, make sure you hit the subscription box, hit there, hit the notification bell, be the first person to get everything that comes in. Okay, let us support Pan-Africanism and be there for Pan-Africanists and support all of them. If you get an opportunity to go anywhere and talk about and spread the gospel of Ibrahim Traore, make sure you do that without hesitation, because you are showing us you are a Africanist, and that is what we do. As I say always, Africa ni nyumbani. That is Kiswahili. In English, I say Africa is home, and anything that concerns Africa concerns me and you as African people, African brothers and sisters and kids. All of us, we are Africans. So mambo yoyote yanayohusu Afrika, hayo yanatuhusu sisi kama Waafrika. So we are Africans, and Africa is our business. We must engage, we must indulge, we must connect ourselves, we must be part of it, because Africa is our business. I love you so much. All right, adios guys.